Hey, thank you so much for coming in to Kim's Craft Time. I really appreciate you coming in to spend time with me today. Okay, y'all, today I'm going to be making a planner for a co-worker of mine. This is the planner that I got. I got it from the dollar store. It's actually a really nice planner. It has space for her personal information, personal directories for phone numbers and whatnot. The holidays, 2021 holidays and dates. Who knew there were so many, right? I mean, look at all them. It even has some Jewish holidays in there. And then what I particularly liked about this one is there's plenty of room for her to write and make notes and things to remember, and she can see the whole month on the spread of 2 pages. I just thought it was a really nice little planner. Sorry about that. You know, for only $1, and I'm going to decorate it up and make it personal and special. And I'm going to take you all along for the ride with me. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is take the plastic sleeve off. Man, y'all, I cannot talk. I don't know if I'll be using this plastic sleeve later. It's going to depend on 2 things. That's already a pretty tight fit while I'm trying to take this off, so I don't know. But one of the things it's going to depend upon is if I can get that off, and 2, how tight of a fit it's going to be once I go to put it back in with all of the paper and everything. I'm planning on putting in a notepad, a nice little notepad, and I don't have one yet, but I think I'm going to get a nice little pen to also put in there. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to use this for the front cover. I want to start with kind of a plain background so it would make it easier for, you know, to decorate. And then I think I'm going to do the inside with some of this to add, some color and some flair. Alright, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to have to do is I need to adhere these 2 together. And the reason why I need to do that is because the book, I need a little more space. It's not quite, see, when I go to open the book up like this, you see it's bigger than just 1 page of 12 by 12. Now let me see if I can adjust my camera just a little bit. I don't want to make y'all dizzy or drunk. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be better. Okay. So let's get these attached together. I'm only going to attach them with this double-sided tape. This is some really good double-sided tape that I actually got from the dollar store, if you can believe that. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to come straight across this way. I mean, this is some super sticky stuff. Just like this. Taking it all the way to the edge because I want to connect them, and I don't want any gaps. Can y'all see what I'm doing? I'm taking my 1-inch block and just tearing the paper that way. Alright, so now let me just rub this a little bit just so I can make sure it's down good. I'm going to take my pokey tool, take that strip off of there, and then very carefully I'm going to attach these 2. I'm going to also be very careful to try to make sure that I line up everything just right. You know what? It might be better if I did it this way. Alright. Let's see. Trying to get it where y'all can see and where I can see too. If it's not 100% completely straight, that's actually not that big of a deal. And the reason why is because I'm going to be, you know what, I think it's going to actually line up pretty good. It did. It lined up very good. Now I'm going to take my bone folder to just make sure that this is pressed down really good. This paper is old paper that I bought a long time ago that I had in my stash. It's by Daisy D's. But see, it's a pretty, and you can't even see that seam now. And you still can a little bit, but by the time I get it burnished in, get it pressed down really good, look there. It's disappeared. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it over. And then I'm going to just open this up like this. Make sure the seam would be on the back, and it would be. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my ruler here and get it, get it lined up to about right there. Normally I would use a pencil instead of a pen, but I can't find a pencil, so since I'm just making a line for cutting purposes, I will use the pen. Alright, bring my cutter in. And just bring it straight through. And line her up. Ooh, that wasn't straight, was it? It doesn't matter, it's going to be on the inside. It will never show. She will never know. Okay. So now, I got that lined up like that. See, that's going to work out perfectly. Okay. Alright, so now the next thing to do is just to get her stuck down. So I'm going to take some of this sticky tape. I actually used on another project that I did that I didn't do on camera. I actually used a that spray adhesive, because I know some of you probably wonder, why is she using the spray adhesive? I had zero luck with that spray adhesive. Now it might have just been the kind of adhesive that it was, I don't really know, but I'm here to tell you that stuff did not work for me. Did not work for me. So, pull out my little 1-inch block again. I'm just going to kind of go around the perimeter for now. And I'll probably use some glue in the middle. I just want to be sure that this gets stuck down real nice around the edges, so it'll lay better and it won't buckle up or do any kind of weird stuff like that. Y'all, we are getting super close to Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it. I've always loved Christmas. It's a real special time of year. There's nothing like being able to really celebrate with your family and the people that you love, and I really hope and pray that you all will be doing that. One thing about it, I guess, if if you don't have family, I hope that you have a faith in our Lord and Savior, because with Him you are never, ever alone. He is the only father family, if you will, that you will need. I mean, I understand, I get it. It's not the same as having someone right here with you, but He will give you comfort no matter what. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna glue around in the center parts of this so that I can be sure that everything's gonna stay down really good, because you all know how much I love my art glitter glue and the faith that I have in it. And that's with good reason. I mean, all the projects that I've made with my art glitter glue, it has never, ever, ever let me down. And I don't think this sticky tape's ever going to let me down either. I'm telling you, this stuff from the dollar store has really surprised me. It sticks very, very well. So if you have a dollar store, I would recommend it, at least for now. Okay, let's pull the tape off. Because art glitter glue does dry pretty fast, I want to pull the tape off so that way, as soon as I'm ready to put the glue on it and put it down, I want to be sure that it stays. It's been a little bit since I've uploaded a video. Life has been extremely busy. I work outside the home 5 days a week, and with Christmas and everything, it has just made it very challenging. But I do love my crafting, and I really want this to take off so that, you know, maybe I won't have to stay at a job outside of the home. I would love to have a good income from my YouTube so that I can stay at home and won't have to work outside the home, and be able to do more videos for y'all and do what I love in the meantime, and that's crafting. Look how this stuff's sticking to me. I'm telling you, it's really good tape. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this over this way and layer down. Try to get it straight. Burnish it down really good. I'm going to add in some pockets on this little book too. Alright, let me just come over here. See, even on the back there's a place for notes. Oh, and a phone book also. I forgot to mention that. It's been a pretty, it looks like it's a pretty good little planner. Okay, I'm going to take my finger blade and just cut this excess off because I'm not going to need it. It's actually going to be in the way, so, and boy did I cut that crooked. It's a good thing it won't be seen, but let me try to straighten it up a little bit anyway. There, that's a little better. Because the way that I'm going to do this, it's going to be covered up. And cut this down just a little bit. Okay, so now what I need to do is miter these corners, and the way that you do that is you need to be sure that you leave just a little bit of space right here. There's something on my scissors. Leave just a little bit of space right here on this corner. Since both the same color, I don't know if you can see what I'm talking, or similar to the same color, but this black line that's right here might help. This is the corner. You want to leave just a little bit of space, about maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch, something like that. And the reason why is to make it easy for the paper to fold over and cover those edges. Now on this, it's probably not as important as it would be with, say, if you were doing something with chipboard, because this is, you know, it's pretty flat. Ooh, that's way too good. Got way too far away from there. I really need bigger scissors for that, I think. There we go. Now, a little trick that somebody did teach me, and I don't know that I necessarily need to do it for this particular project, but if you do get too close to the edge, just glue this down, and that way it will cover up whatever you need covered up. But I think I'm good. I don't think I need to necessarily worry about that. I think I'm going to take my really good glue, or not glue, I'm sorry, tape. That is not the tape that I just had. Y'all, how in the world do you lose something when you haven't even moved from your spot? There it is. I just, you know, it blows my mind. Alright, so I'm going to put this tape down. Just going to layer down. To keep this video from being too long, you see what I'm doing. I'm just putting the tape down. I'm going to cover all of the edges here. I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I put the tape all the way around, and then I went and did a little bit of trimming up where I needed to do that at. I didn't think y'all necessarily needed to see that. I've got the tape. It's a 1/4 inch tape, and it's doubled, which means it's a 1/2 inch all the way around. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking the tape off, like so. Okay. Whoops, that tore. It's okay though. That's what my pokey tool will do. It'll help me to pick it right up and get it removed, whether it wants to be removed or not. Just like that. Okay. Let me move these pages out of the way. Alright. Well, doggone if that didn't do the same thing, y'all. Okay, I'm going to take off all this tape. I'll be right back. Okay, I got all the tape off. So what I am going to do, just for a little bit of double assurance, I'm going to put just a little bit of the art glitter glue, not very much. And I'm going to work one little section at a time. Can y'all see what I'm doing? I'm just folding this over just like this. You see how I'm folding it over? I'm taking my time because I want it to lay down correctly. And I don't want the paper to tear, as I did forget to score it. So, but I think I did good. I don't think I've got any kind of tearage or anything, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to turn it around and do the other side now. Put just a little bit of art glitter glue, not very much. Okay, I'm going to flip these pages that way, and I'm going to do the exact same thing and fold this over ever so slowly, kind of working those fibers of the paper so that it won't tear. Okay. Now I know y'all are probably wondering how I'm going to get that under there. One of the things I was looking at a little bit ago is that this can actually lift up a little bit, and if I'm super careful, it won't, I won't harm anything. So I'm going to go ahead and put down just a little bit of the glue. This might be just a little bit trickier. Stuck to my thing. So I'm going to start in the middle, I think, and work my way. Y'all cannot see what I'm doing, can you? Ooh, that stuck to the, oh goodness. Y'all, I'm about to have a disaster on my hands. Okay. Let me pull this up. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of work it in this way. Here, I think y'all can see what I'm doing quite nicely. Like that. Just kind of go all the way down, just kind of working it. Start back at the middle, and then come on down this way. And then just be sure do it like that. Alright, so now I'll pin that back into place. Now what I'm going to do is the same thing over here. Just a little bit of the art glitter glue just for some added assurance. Lift this up and start working it in the middle and coming down the page, rounding the corner. And I'm going to do that all the way across. Alright, now we'll start laying that down. Alright, burnish it down really good. Alright, put that down. And there we go. Look there, it's completely covered now. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, so now to decorate the inside, I'm going to take this pretty paper, figure out what direction I want it to go in. I think that'll be really pretty right there. Okay, so I'm going to measure this old school right here. I'm just going to, because I mean it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see, I'm just going to take it to like right there, I think. Pull out my cutter and just cut along that mark. Obviously my cutter's ready for me to make that cut. Oh, I see what I forgot to do. I forgot to remove this branding strip. That is my problem. Let me get that removed, and then it'll fit in my cutter better. I was wondering what was wrong. Okay. Yes, that's much better. Alright. I'm just going to cut this way. And then I'm going to take it, lay it down, see how it does. Look at there. That's going to be really pretty. And I don't really care there's a little bit of white there showing. I mean, I kind of need a little bit of white showing there. And the reason why is because I don't want the book to end up being stiff and real bound up. I mean, I want it to be, I want it to lay nice. Okay, so now I'm get my pencil out. I'm going to go, or do I want to do this? And the reason why is because that's going to be covered up with the pocket. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go this way. Because it does have some streaks of blue in it too. So, it'll be just fine. Just cut it right across there. Kind of hate to cut that pretty blue flower off, but I mean, really, it's not going to be seen anyway. Maybe I can find somewhere to incorporate that. Yep, that's going to work. Okay, I'm going to cut the, for the back side, this back page, I'm going to do the exact same thing. And, I'll probably, well, no, I'll just get that cut out, get that ready, get the tape put on it, get it ready to stick down, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I've put tape all over the back of it. I don't know. Yeah, I think you can see that. I did cover all the way around all of the edges, but I didn't cover every single inch because it just wasn't necessary. So I've got the front and the back. So let's see, we will do, well, we're at the back, so we'll do the back first. I decided to do this so I could get in some of that pretty flower. Tell you what, I'm going to turn it this way because if I can get it lined up correct on the long side, the rest of it will fall in place. Move it over so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so alright, let's see. Yeah, for the most part that worked out just the way I wanted it to. Alright, and then we're going to close this that way and open this up. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. And I thought about it. You know, I didn't want to put the flower down here because I said it would be covered up with the pocket. But actually, I don't think it is going to be covered up with the pocket because remember that notebook I said I was going to use? I was trying to decide if I wanted to put that notebook in the front or the back. But actually, I think the front would be most convenient for her. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Now the way I'm going to do that, I could do it two different ways. I could just put glue on here and glue it straight down. And I may do that because after all it's only a year, so basically I guess you could say it's going to be a one and done. Or I could make it where if she uses this up, she could, you know, refill it. But just buy another one of these little pads and refill it. I don't know. what I want to do, to be honest. The way that I would do that, if I was going to do that, would be to take maybe this piece, maybe fold it over or something, just to give it a little more stability, and run it like across here, and then this would just simply slide down in there. I think that's what I'm going to do, because it would be nice if she could be able to use it, you know, or buy her another little notebook should she use this little one up, because I mean, it's a nice notebook, but I don't think it's going to last a year. So and I'm not worried about this because it's not perforated or anything. It's still very solid, and that's going to be on the back side, so you're not even going to see that anyway. And I think I'll probably do it something like that. Basically what I'm doing is it's going to be a band just to hold in the booklet. Okay, so let me burnish this down, this edge that I've made here. I think I'm just going to put some glue down on the inside of this. Uh-oh. I left my stopper topper out, so I got to clean my tip. There we go. That should do it. Or maybe there we go. I'm not going to do a whole lot here, just enough to so it'll stay glued, I mean. There we go. And I'm just going to fold it over. And again, we're not worried about all that with the hole and the blinds and everything, because it's not going to show anyhow, because that's going to be the back side of the little band. Okay. Be sure that I'm paying attention to where exactly that needs to be to glue that down. Make sure it's straight when I do. Okay, I think that'll be the right spot right there. Let me hold it down real tightly. Alright, get my glue out. I'm going to just run a bead. Well, there we go. Run a bead right here. Be a little generous, but not too generous with the glue, because we don't want it to seep out and make a huge mess, but at the same time we want it to stick down. There, so whoops. There we go. Okay. So now that's gonna catch any second now. Alright, and then come over here and do the same thing. Okay. I want it to be a little snug, so it'll still work, I was going to say, but not so snug to the point to where you can't get it under there. There we go. There. Alright, that band should be nice and glued down now. Alright, so let's see how it's going to do. Look at there. I'm going to take this out and let it dry really good. Then I'll put it back in. I don't think I'm going to put a pocket here. I thought about it, but I don't know. I could put that there. I mean, it would be a shallow pocket, but I could put that there. Actually, that might be a good idea, because what that'll also do is hold this down. So it won't really be a pocket, but it'll be a... Okay, y'all, we're back. Had some technical difficulties, but we are back now. Okay, so I think I am going to glue this down because it would be good to be able to slide the back of this in here and in here, so that way the book will be, the notebook will stay in more securely. So I'm going to take my glue and make sure I get the right direction and just go along the edge just like this, because like I said, we just want to glue it down. And if she wanted to stick something in there and use it as a pocket, I mean, she probably could, but I think to hold the notebook in, I think this is going to work out really well for that. Okay, so let's just line this up right here like this. There. And then let me get my cloth here that I keep for this kind of purpose. Catch glue from going out everywhere. There. Alright, see, and now we've got a little pocket that the cardboard backing can slide into. And I'll just let that dry before I put anything else there. Alright, I think the front inside is done, but I do think I'm going to put a usable pocket over here, and I think I'm going to use this because I think it would make a nice contrast. Now I've got to think, do I want to do it that way or do I want to do it this way? I think I want to do it this way because I kind of like those little flowers peeking out. I think that's cute. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just kind of line this up about where I want it to be. And find that pencil that keeps disappearing on me. See how deep? Yeah, I think that'll be deep enough for a pocket. Oh, maybe just, I'll go up just a tad more. About there, I think would be good. That's a pretty deep pocket. And just go right there. And then right there will be good enough. Alright, so let's cut. Alright, so we're gonna go line that up, go straight down, and then just come over this way, line that up. I don't know if I'm in the picture or not. There we go. And straight down. Yeah, that's going to make a nice pocket right there. Okay. I'll just put a little bit of glue along the edges, like you've seen me do before. just like this. And this will create a nice pocket, and because I was careful to put glue all the way around and across, there'll be no holes, so that'll be good. There we go, just like that. Now get my cloth and kind of go out with it. And there we go, she has a nice pocket now. Okay, so now I do need to decorate the front. Okay, y'all, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to, I found this this sentiment that I think I want to put on the front. It says, follow your heart wherever it takes you and be happy. Life is brief and fragile and only loaned to us for a while. Wake up every morning with the thought that something wonderful is about to happen. I think that's really a good thing to put on the front of a journal, or not journal, calendar, daily calendar book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of trim this down now to bring in some interest and tie everything together. I'm going to take this and actually glue it to that. That way there's a pretty background, but it won't be so busy to the point to where it's distracting to the sentiment. I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, I need to stick this down and then stick it onto here. So therefore vellum can be really funny. So I wanted to be sure that I had a way to have a good solid backing. So I have this double-sided stuff here. It's super sticky, and actually this is brand new to me. I have never even used it, so I'm really hoping that it will work for this purpose, because I don't have another one of these sayings. But what I want to do is line this up as best as I can, and I'm thinking I probably only got one good shot at it. So I got to get it right the first time. Alright. So now let me burnish it down real good. Okay, so now let me cut this out and see if this is going to work like I'm hoping it will. Okay, let's see. Alright. Cut. Yep, that worked. And do the same thing here. Now, if this does like I think it's supposed to do, this should work and look really nice. Now I need to make sure all debris is off of this. Make sure my fingers are clean. Okay. We are going to peel this back. Alright, and now for the moment of truth. I've definitely only got one shot at this, so I gotta get this right. Thinking about leaving a little border around here, but I also know that's going to be really hard to line up, but it sure would be pretty to have a little border. I'm going to go with that because I like that flower in the background. I just think it's pretty. Y'all, look at that. I am so thrilled with the way that looks. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cutter. This will definitely be easier because with this I can line it up, make sure it's straight, and get a good clean trim, just like that. You know, some people don't like these guillotine cutters. I actually do like it for the simple reason because it does cut so good. Because it really does. It cuts very nicely. Okay. See how nice and clean that looks? Yeah, see? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is move these pieces over here in the garbage can. Okay, so this I'm going to just simply stick it down here. I'll probably put a butterfly or something up there. And then I went ahead and covered that like I said I was going to do. And then I've got this little piece that I'm going to use to hold it down. But I am going to take this and fold it because I need to create some stability. And I can't think of a better way than to give it some bulk. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this in thirds, I think. That's my plan anyway. But I do want it straight. I probably should have used my scoreboard, but I didn't really think that was necessary, and I still don't think it is, to be honest. Yeah, here we go. That's going to work just the way I wanted it to. Let's see, is it going to look right? Yes, that's going to look good. But I don't want it too thick. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is glue it together. That'll give it a little more stability. Take my stopper topper out of my glue. Alright, I gotta get it all the way to the edges. Alright, so I'm going to fold this over this way. And then fold this over this way. Get my rag out to catch this excess glue. And then I'm going to take this and just burnish it down really good. Make sure I get that glue stuck down really good. Okay. So then I think I'm going to go ahead and create my my little band here before I put this down, because I want to be sure that I line all that up just the way I want to line it up. I was looking for my centering ruler, y'all, and I can't find it. So I'm going to have to eyeball it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eyeball it. Alright, so I'm going to put this down. So I want to put this kind of close to the edge, but not too close. I got to make sure too that it is straight. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty good placing right there. Okay, so I'm going to take and put a fair amount. It's actually too much, so I'm going to bring it to the other end and kind of let them share, so to speak. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to bring it over here and place it where I want it to live. I'll turn it this way just so I can make sure it's straight. Looks straight. Okay. So press it down really good. And then what's going to happen is that'll slide under there and that'll hold the book shut. Yeah. Alright, and then I've got to decide, and the notebook, by the way, is already in there. I think that would be good. Right there, there's still plenty of room for this and whatever else I might decide to put on the front. For right now, though, I'm thinking that may be it. Yeah, I think that's a good placing. So I'm going to come around here and glue this down. But might be a little low. Wipe that off. Okay. There. Just glue it down. And I'm getting glue all over my mat. But it's a craft mat, so I guess I shouldn't be so fussy. It's just a fairly new mat. Let me wipe it off. Get my little rag. Alright, turn it back over just so I can make sure that everything looks good. Yep, see how that's going to hold it shut? Now, burnish it down. There, I think that looks good. Yeah. That looks good. One thing I'm thinking I might do, because it'll make it easier for her to be able to slide that in and out. But I think I'm going to see if I can't round these corners. I actually kind of like the way that did. It didn't round it so harshly to where it's going to look weird. Oops, that didn't do very good at all, though. Let me try that again. That's better. Okay. See, and that looks good too, being curved like that. Slide that in there. I think that looks good, y'all. It still looks really naked, doesn't it? It needs something else. Okay, y'all, I got it. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this And I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to put that right there. Of course, that's all going to be lined up and straight. Y'all, that's going to be the book. I like that. I think that's pretty. Everything ties together. Yeah, I like that a lot. Like that a whole lot. So now I'm going to get it stuck down. And again, I'm not going to make you watch me put the tape or the glue on the back of this, because it'd be kind of like watching paint dry. Y'all, let me get my stopper topper in, and then let's look at this. I am really, really pleased with the way this looks. Okay, so now for the final walkthrough. Alright, we have this little latch that we made right here, and then we open it up, and here is the notepad, the little band that we made to hold it in, and the little pocket that we made also to hold it in, and it can also be used as a pocket. Okay, and then of course there is the planner itself with all of the personal information, the holidays, all 12 months. Of course, January isn't here. I must have skipped it somehow. But I'm not going to go through all the 12 months. They all look exactly the same, except they're different months, of course. As you see, there's plenty of room for notes and writing down appointments and that kind of thing. There's also a whole 12-month spread of the 2021 and 2022. That one surprised me right there. And then back here, she's got a little phone book. She can just write in phone numbers for a quick glance type thing. Of course, we all have cell phones now and keep all that in our cell phones, but it's still sometimes good to have it written down on paper. And then we have conversion tables. We have postal abbreviations, and then places for notes, and of course that back pocket that we made. Alright, y'all, that's it. I thank you so very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload new videos, depending on which bell option you select, of course. Alright, y'all, we'll have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I am going to try to upload another video before the end of the year, but just in case I don't, I just wanted to be sure to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Y'all stay safe. God bless.